welcome to the Bare Necessities, a DCAP high school podcast.
All right, Chris, so Friday y'all played Jefferson. Y'all didn't really get to play a full game. Y'all got to play almost the first quarter, and of course, you got rained out and stuff like that. What was your take on the game, like the first quarter, really?
Okay, so, we're all excited. We're ready to play, no fear. We wanted to kill those guys. And, so we get to the game, we do our warm-ups, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We never expected that to happen. We knew it was going to rain, but we didn't think it would get that serious.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we do our little prayer. We're on the sideline. Game kicks off. If I can remember correctly, they kick the ball off to us. We get some good drives going. Well, first, it's a penalty on them. So we're like, oh, man, sweet, the ref is, he's on. We thought he was on our side.
Yeah.
Get some good drives going. Get to the touchdown. Close.
Mm-hmm.
And, some stuff gets called back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, turnover on downs. They get the ball. And then, the DB left to go tackle the quarterback. Which the thing about Jefferson's quarterback is he doesn't run. He'll throw it.
So he's just like a pocket passer pretty much. He just stays in the pocket. Yeah.
So he left his spot and they scored. They're up 7-0. And then we get the ball right at the 1 yard line, close around it. It gets called back again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we get another turnover on downs before they can snap the ball and get ready. We got called in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the timeout. I thought it was just a normal timeout and everybody
I
was
did
called.
too, but they said weather delay.
Yeah, and I saw the lot and I heard the lot, and I was like, okay.
So we were sitting in there, and coach you might want to take your pads off. It'll be a while.
Yeah.
So we were going over not film, but we were going over plays, and because our blocking wasn't the best.
Yeah, and I remember sitting there. I was like, I thought it was gonna pass. What it looked like, and then it just kept going. And all of a sudden, I looked, and they just called off the game like a no contest.
Yeah, it was.
No contest.
Yeah, it was perfectly clear. Just a couple of clouds, and all of a sudden it turned almost pitch black and purple and everything. It started a downpour, so we had to abort everything into shelter. So inside.
Yeah.
And then before the game started, they had the homecoming, queen and stuff like Ashton Daniels winning that.
Mm-hmm.
So what was y'all's take on her winning the homecoming queen?
I'm proud of her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think all say we're proud of her.
I wasn't there since I'm an underclassman. I was in the locker room, but I heard about it. I'm real proud of her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to play a certain song for them to come out, but when they started coming out, we just played, sat there, watched it all happen. But I'm proud of her for doing that. So.
Yeah. And then you'll think that we had to play them the next day.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't think we're gonna play Jefferson again.
No, we're not.
Oh.
It's for sure.
Yeah.
They don't want to play.
Yeah, they
us.
don't want to play us. I guess they're scared. I don't know.
I mean, they did leave their food in there, so
they left
they're in a hurry to go.
They're in a hurry.
Yeah. They don't want to play us the next day like Boston.
Yeah. What's the next game? Harmony. Yeah. How do you think that's gonna go?
Well, the starting quarterback, Boston Seahorn.
Yeah, I feel like the quarterback is pretty good.
He's hurt right now.
He's hurt right now.
He's out.
From what I saw, when they played Hooks week 1, seeing him, in the pocket throwing, he didn't really run a lot, but when he did, I think one time he went all the way for a touchdown one time. So I think if he does come back in, I don't know how bad he's injured, but if he does come back in Friday, that's something to look out for, is him running, kind of throwing the ball, and shut that down, then y'all should really have it. So I know we probably didn't expect to go on this topic, but 9/11 happened. Well, it was a couple days ago. It was the anniversary of it.
Yeah, I think it was 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Or 3.
Maybe
2 or 3 days.
It was on
14th,
Monday,
right?
14th,
Okay.
so 3 days ago.
Yeah, 3 days ago.
So growing up, we weren't born in that time yet. A couple years after we were all born, but growing up and hearing about it and knowing about it more, you're just like, that actually happened in the world, and a lot of people, died that day.
Mm-hmm.
And to this day, people are still dying from it because they got cancers and
Cancer and all from the smoke and stuff that happened.
all the chemicals that's all in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and when it all happened, the first, plane that, happened, everybody thought it was just an accident. The plane just was out of control and stuff happened, and then
the second plane came in.
And then the second one
they
came
knew
in.
most of them knew that this had been some kind of attack.
And then, you just thought it was just 2 planes, like it's the World Trade Center, and then later on you hear that the Pentagon was hit. And another plane goes down in Pennsylvania that was possibly going to the White House. And it was about, almost 3,000 people died
Close
that
to
day.
8,000. I think it was like somewhere like 2,800 people died.
And people are like still dying from it.
Yeah, and that's something that the younger people in the generation who grew up in that area, that's going to remember a long time because they grew up in it. And then us, too, we're going to remember that and stuff, too, about all the families that were lost that day and just all the attacks that happened and still today talking about it and remembering those people today.
I don't think anybody's going to end up forgetting what happened that day.
9/11 to us is like Pearl Harbor to like some of the older people that were there.
Yeah, because it's kind of the same thing because America didn't know they were going to be attacked.
Yeah, and they weren't born at that time, and it's just like stories of it. You've heard of it.
And then you hear about how it was like I think what you call a kamikaze. They think they're getting rewarded after death, so they just crash into stuff and blow stuff up.
Yep.
It's like history repeats itself.
Yeah.
So it's really important to know this stuff. Choose history.
And that's why we try to make the right decisions now and like in the world. That way, history doesn't repeat itself. And because if that does it again, then who knows what would happen in the world today if everything just happened all over.
It'd be like PTSD for
a long time.
Other people. And it would cause a lot of damage.
And even after 9/11 too, I bet a lot of people after that was still going through stuff or had PTSD and going through stuff. And that was a hard day for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And, today even, I think they rebuilt one of the towers, didn't they? They rebuilt one that was like...
I think so.
I haven't heard of it. I know they built 2 lights for a memorial.
Yeah, I saw that.
But I don't think I've ever heard of them building a new tower.
No, the World Trade Center is what they I thought they rebuilt it.
Well, they built, I think it's either that or it was something else they built that was 1,776 feet. Because, 1776, Declaration of Independence and stuff. That's why they built it like that. And then, of course, they had that little memorial right there with the fountain and stuff with all the names.
Yeah, and that big, like the area, the big circular area, like the big ball, the bronze ball in the middle, it got kind of destroyed, but they kept it there as a memorial for the World Trade Center, so.
Yeah, and like I've heard, if somebody puts a rose on somebody's name, that's like their birthday and stuff like that. And I've never been to New York, but if I ever go, I would love to check it out in the museum for it, like all the stuff that still happened from that day.
I think it'd be very interesting. They have a bunch of like scrap stuff that like broken down fire trucks and the elevator motors from the building. They have a lot of that kind of stuff inside of the building in the museum there. And I think it'd really be cool to go around there.
It's impressive how quick it took for them to clean up all the debris. It took 8 months.
Only 8 months?
Yeah. Looking at all that debris and scrap metal,
papers from
offices,
like at least a mile away, because they do that little thing where they fly around, papers everywhere. I couldn't imagine being there in person and seeing
all that,
seeing smoke and stuff falling from the building and paper going everywhere. It's like out of a CGI movie, but in real life. So
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and that day I knew probably a lot of people thought like this wasn't real, like it's not happening. But then come to reality that all this is happening in the world.
There's nothing we can do to change it.
There's nothing we could do until and then we had to find out who was doing this and
had a 10-year manhunt for it.
Yeah, and try to bring justice back to America. American citizens. And even us coming from just students. Knowing about this, it's a good thing to talk about because sometimes you may not hear a lot of people our age talk about it a whole lot.
Because it happened back in 2001. It's 2023 now.
Exactly.
And it's still going around. So.
And just talking about it now, just, remembering the lives that are lost and remembering the people that were there that day and all that, just...
Praying for them and stuff.
Praying for them, and just, hoping for the best for families now and, that every day when this comes up, September 11th, how all the families go through it.
Yeah, you really couldn't imagine being, like, one of the parents and, like, them being in the building or them being on that plane they got hijacked, calling for their last moments of their life. And they know how terrifying that would be for your parents.
And children
and everything else.
And stuff.
I heard someone on a plane started crying and say that the plane was hijacked and said their final words before it crashed. So
yeah, and that will go down as like one of the worst days in America to happen, and like ever.
Yeah,
and one of the worst terrorist attacks. Well, like we've heard not just on American people but British people too.
Yeah, British people too. All kinds of. All kinds of people. So.
Yeah. So all in all, it's just remembering all the lives that are lost that day. All right, today we're here with
Duda.
All right, Duda. So as an incoming freshman, how do you feel about being a freshman this year at DKO?
It's pretty cool. I like it in here. I like it more than middle school for real. It's more freedom. I get to do more stuff.
Like having a lot more fun freshman year. Is it easy? Is it hard? Like
it's pretty easy. History kind of hard, but I ain't never really been good at history like that. But that's really the only class that's kind of hard, history and Spanish. But that's because my Spanish, I'm a little like, I don't know. I'm not really focused on other languages like that.
Yeah. So like coming into being a freshman, was you nervous about anything? Or was you like, oh yeah, I'm ready for it? Like
No, I'm not really nervous because I know a bunch of people. I know like a bunch of high schoolers. Winky, Derry, Sneed. I know a bunch of high schoolers.
You knew me since we were
I knew
like babies.
Yeah.
We came from the sandbox together.
I used to what's it called? Mom used to babysit me.
All the
so
time.
yeah.
So like, what do you think? Like coming into football, you nervous? I was nervous my first.
A little bit, just a little bit, because I thought Tanner was gonna run me over, and he did. He really did. Tanner and what's it called, Gershon.
Well, once you get hit,
the first time, it's not as bad the other couple times.
I know my freshman year, coach made me go head over with senior Brunson. Man,
it was one day we was in football practice, and I don't know what Sneed came out of nowhere from the side, hit me, boy.
Devon?
Yes, I had to get out.
Yeah, I had to get out.
Like, Coach, I can't do this right now, Coach.
I told Josh get in for me. I said, Josh, come here, get in for me real quick, bro.
That's cool. I got you give that for you.
Yeah.
I pancaked him a couple days ago.
I seen that.
So like, what do you? All right, so you guys are like undefeated right now.
Right now, yeah.
We are too. Jefferson don't count.
Jefferson. Man, I thought really, because last year Jefferson whooped us like bad. So I'm thinking we finna lose. They whooped us bad. It was like 40 something. It was like 40 something, like 6. I don't remember. It was bad though. So I'm thinking they finna whoop us again this year. We was doing our thing though. We won 12-6, 12-6.
I don't know what it is, but high school, that happened so many times. Like Dangerfield, we whooped them 7th grade, like 50-0.
Yeah.
8th grade, they destroyed us.
Like we was cold 7th grade. But then 8th grade, we won 2 games. And it was Redwater, Prairie Land. But I think I got a good feeling for this year.
Like, we come in playing Dangerfield, we were like, oh, man, we're finna get whooped. And, like, we beat them. I was like, oh, man. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feeling like watching JV and varsity, I feel like it's better teams. Like, this year JV and varsity, like we said, Jefferson don't count because, like, they didn't want to play y'all, and stuff. They just wanted to call it off. Yeah. And so I feel like y'all can still have that undefeated season, not counting like really Jefferson. I feel like y'all can go undefeated this year too with the team y'all have. So y'all have Harmony at home tonight, don't y'all?
Yeah.
And then y'all's is away tomorrow.
Yeah. Sadly.
So how do you feel about the game tonight, Duda?
Man, I feel pretty good for real. Because we got a pretty good team. We got a real good team. Our line, we're good. We just got to block a little better. That's about it.
And that happens. I mean, that's with us too.
Yeah.
Our block is not the best at times, but you just got to push through it, if it already happened.
I mean, but QB1, QB2, Rain, Brown, they cold. They real cold. Brown not scared to tote that mug, and all Rain thought was dots. So, I mean.
What position do you play?
I play center.
Center? All right. And so, Chris, being a varsity player, how you feeling about Friday night, man?
It's just like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
We're like the 10-point underdogs. I don't know why. Other sources say that we're going to win. But that makes us mad. Like, we're ready to play.
Like, everybody kind of roots for the underdog, so.
That's what dodgeball said to do. That's what I do.
So, just go out there. Don't worry about what everybody else is saying. Go out there, do your thing. Hit somebody, win the game. And that's all you're really worried about, for both of y'all,
Yeah.
So, just go out there and do your thing. And just, whatever happens, just happens.
The first game, really, like, our first, scrimmage, I was real nervous. So, like, I started messing up the snaps first couple plays. I can't lie. But then I realized they was really, I don't even remember who we played.
It was Winsboro.
They was real, they wasn't even all that. It was kind of soft for real.
Yeah.
So, I mean, after the first couple plays, I was straight.
Yeah, y'all. Like, one of the first plays that y'all were on defense, they threw an interception, and Calvin caught a pick six.
Yeah, I seen that.
I was like, man, they're pretty good this year.
Rain's really cold. Rain and Brown, cause like Rain,
Mason pretty good.
Mason's cold, but like I'm talking about QBs right now. Rain, Rain, that boy can throw. But Brown, when he QB, he can throw too. But
he mostly gonna scramble, huh?
Yeah, he not scared to really tote it. Like he can, like if he got to run the ball, he'll run the ball.
Yeah.
But it's good now since, like, Coach Z being coach, everybody's getting the reps. Everybody's getting that practice.
When we were on JV, you remember we didn't do anything. We just got hit all the time. We were like,
because it was just mostly varsity. Like it was just mostly getting the reps. JV was getting reps, but not like now, like everybody.
Not as much. We got reps on like Wednesdays. That was the only time we ever worked ourselves.
Yeah.
They never done nothing with us, but now they actually work with y'all.
Yeah, like they like let us get in type stuff. Like they make sure we get our reps in. Like endo, that's not all we do no more. Like we get our reps in and like
and after practice,
team offense.
We never done that.
Y'all didn't do after practice?
No.
We do after practice offense sometimes, like before games and stuff like that.
We were just sitting there and expected to learn.
Yeah.
Which ain't nothing wrong with that, but it'll be better off if we actually
got in.
They took the time and I wouldn't say got in. We got in. They just they never worked with us individually.
Yeah, I never worked with y'all like as a JV team. Like if they was working with y'all, it was always with the varsity.
If we did get in, we got destroyed in like under a millisecond.
So getting off of football right quick. So, Doodle, what's one goal you were trying to do this year or trying to accomplish this year as a freshman?
I don't really know. I'm trying to pass. Well, not just pass. Like I'm trying to have better grades.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard right now, but football's gonna make me have better grades. Like I gotta play. Ain't my favorite sport.
Me too. I
gotta have better grades.
68 a couple of days ago.
Let me tell you something. I was in Miss Hollywood today. I was in art class working. As soon as I got done drawing my little rooster, whatever she want me to draw, I'm in the corner working on math work, science work, every work, history work.
Is that the one thing going to the next one? It's like getting all that done.
Get all done.
Yeah.
Most of the time in high school, you just turn it in.
Yeah.
Kind of work with you.
Yeah.
But I like how the teachers, like, they're more, I don't know how to explain it. They're not less strict. They're like, they understand more. You feel me? Like, they're gonna, like, if you, like, miss a day because of something, like, if you were sick or something and you miss a day, they're gonna give you an extra day to do it.
Yeah, and that gives you enough time to, get a better grade on it, not fail, you know. So, but all in all, I think, going back on football again, just, I think both y'all's teams going to be dominant this year and, just go out there and do y'all's thing and just go from there.
Yeah.
Well,